What is up everyone, my name's Al from Games Rip, and you never guess what? It's Halloween, and today we're checking out Hexen. my voice. Hexen, that's right, the original PC game, or Hexen for the Sega Dreamcast. That's right, we're taking a look at this absolute classic. Is it any good on the Sega Dreamcast? Let's do this! So here it is, it's Hexen, one of its, slightly lesser known games. Hexen playing on the Sega Dreamcast, and your first gut reaction is it any good? Well, the only way we're going to find that out is by, pressing, that's not a word, by pressing play and actually giving it a go. And, as you can see right here, you've got your skill select, as you nearly always have in an id game. You've always got your skill level. But here we go. It's got the map as it does in Doom. So already you're thinking, yep, this looks pretty much like a Doom clone. I mean, let's face it, Hexen, it kind of is, isn't it? Or am I being silly by saying that? No, I mean, it's quite blatantly obvious. It kind of is a Doom clone, made by id. So, who's to judge? But yeah, here we go. This is Hexen playing on the Sega Dreamcast. And as you can see, it plays pretty well. I mean, don't get me wrong, during this recording I actually had, I think I had 2 crashes during this which actually stopped the game from playing, which was a shame. But as you can see, now it's running, is actually running really, really well. I mean, the thing I don't like, and this is actually just a judge on the actual game and not how it's actually playing on the Sega Dreamcast, is, it's the music. I just don't like the music. Just listen to it. It doesn't have that Doom feel to it. Everyone knows the Doom theme tune or the Doom music, the level music. Hexen, yeah, not quite the same caliber, but like I said, that's a judge on the actual game and not actually how it runs on the Sega Dreamcast, which is actually what we're looking at today. But before I do sort of divulge, more to how it does actually play on the Dreamcast, it's quite obvious what the, mechanics of the game are. It's very similar to Doom and Quake. It's collect a key to open a door. That's pretty much it with hordes of monsters. But this is done in sort of a magical, sort of medieval style. So, you got to give id a good, round of applause for that, because it's actually quite nice to see them do something slightly different. Don't get me wrong, it's still got the air of Doom. You can tell by the art style. But, it's slightly different, and that's what makes it cool. Anyway, actually back to actually talking how it works on the Sega Dreamcast. I gotta say, this works smooth. But I mean, did we really think a game of this sort of age wouldn't play well on the Sega Dreamcast? Well, yeah, to be fair, I mean, when you look at some of these mods, or some of these classic shooters on the Sega Dreamcast, they just don't quite work. I mean, we've obviously seen it with, Duke Nukem 3D. It's a mess. I mean, it works, but it's slow as hell. You basically run and shoot in slow motion, whereas this is fluid, exactly like an id game should be. It's responsive, the controls are great, to be fair. No issues with the controls at all, even the button layout, it all just seems to work really, really well. Almost as if it was slightly developed for the Sega Dreamcast. I mean, was it? I don't think it actually was, but whoever ported this has done a fantastic job, because the control and the speed, it just seems to work. And, that's what you want in a Hexen port onto the Sega Dreamcast. Now, I'm only showing you level 1 and part of level 2 here, just to kind of get a real grips of what the game plays like, but as you can see, it's running like an absolute dream. Only real issue I see with this sort of port onto the Sega Dreamcast clearly is the fact that VMU support doesn't seem to be here, which is a shame. Well, unless you're playing a marathon of Hexen, so, that's kind of cool. But yeah, there's no actual VMU support, which is a shame, and there also is currently no keyboard and mouse support on this port, which is a shame, because keyboard and mouse, for a first-person shooter is kind of the way you want to go. Don't get me wrong, though, as I said, this plays really, really well on the Sega Dreamcast, so keyboard and mouse is not necessary. Like I said, this one you're probably going to want to check out if you can find it, but, it's a heads up really just to show exactly how the game plays, and I'm pretty sure most of you will want to go ahead and play this. Anyway, I've been Al from Games Rip. Have a friggin' amazing Halloween, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. You can now support the channel on patreon.com/gamesrep, as well as remember to like, comment and subscribe.